I'm Dennis Chapman, founder, president, and CEO of the Chapman Group. Today I'd like to share some thoughts around client-supplier intimacy. One of the first thoughts that I'd like to offer up to you is many times we think of revenue growth as new business acquisition. I would like to invite us all to maybe not just think about new business acquisition, start thinking about more business from existing customers, especially from our top accounts. Now, whether you call those our strategic accounts, our large accounts, our key accounts, they're certainly our top accounts. They're very fertile grounds for achieving organic revenue growth. There are at least five critical drivers that we need to think about and consider and implement in our organization to help our behavior change, which it really is. It is behavior change to start driving more organic growth. The first critical factor is we really need to know our client, our customer. That knowledge and the unknown knowledge today provides extremely valuable insights around the possibilities and opportunities for this organic revenue growth. Knowledge wins. Smart wins. So knowledge is critical about knowing your client. We certainly might, in some cases, use surveys, loyalty and commitment measuring tools to understand that. We certainly can also incorporate feedback from the field, conferences, and other venues where we really know our clients more so than ever before. The second critical factor to create organic revenue growth is the whole principle about creating greater high, wide, deep relationships. The more people we know within our top accounts, the higher probability we have of organic growth. Now, not only know them, but developing and cultivating relationships with them across business units, across continents. So high, wide, and deep is a critical factor in organic revenue growth and development. The third factor is that we, as leaders of this initiative with our customer, in collaboration and in cooperation with our customer, really want to share. We want to facilitate mutual sharings. We want to share what we learn and can do with our customer, for our customer, but we also want our customer to share back their challenges, their priorities, their issues that relates to their customers. So sharing is critical. I would offer up that creating the situation for sharing, external business reviews, user conferences, any venue, executive peer-to-peer meetings are great opportunities for mutual share. A fourth consideration in developing organic business and revenue growth is all around innovation. I would promote innovation. Innovation causes our customer to think and us to think. Now, sometimes our innovation may be in response to a customer challenge. Other times our innovation may quite well be a more visionary approach that we have to knowledge that we've either learned about our customer's industry or their business itself. So how does the strategic account manager, their team, their leaders, and the client make this happen? The first is, one of the key how-tos is I really got to connect the dots. And what I mean by that, connect the dots for clients, is I've got to be the business professional that takes all that knowledge, all that learning, and merge that, integrate that into my team, and be able to come back to our clients with important information. I got to connect the dots. I got to stay away from just the implications of product and our service, but I got to stay at the business impact level. Third, I need to interpret from what my customer says what their priorities really are. I got to take a different approach than what I sometimes call inward out to more of an outward in. In sales, many times we sometimes only hear what we want to hear. Or in account management, we only hear what we want to hear. I've got to really hear what the customer's saying, and I've got to interpret in that, because in today's business world, what we know is most customers can only deal with their top one or two priorities. I've got to really understand what they are today. And then the more challenging part is if we don't fit as one of those priorities, how do I position that we should be? I've got to provide that fact, that insight, that if our solution was one of their priorities, they would appreciate greater impact in their business. And then finally, what is really critical is that we set the right direction and actions as a resource for our customer. That they view us as a business resource and not as a supplier trying to sell them goods and services. When we do that, we're perceived as having tremendous amounts of value, even economic value if presented properly, and a more intimate relationship. One of the keys to organic revenue growth is working more intimately with our customer. That could be the next wave of significant revenue growth for any strategic supplier. Thank you.